Sup guys, Jake here. So I'm going to be taking a very hesitant trip down memory lane today. I have stumbled across 2 letters that I wrote to myself. They are addressed to me on my 16th birthday. So these are both addressed to my birth name, which is super uncomfortable. But as a bit of context, I didn't come to terms with the fact that I was trans until I was just before I turned 17. Without further ado, let's read them. So this is what it looks like. This is the masterpiece of what it looks like. Fuck me. This is bad. Dear future me, I am writing to inform you, and I've then crossed that line out. There are a lot of names in this. I'm gonna try and skip over the names. I felt like writing a letter to you. Well, happy 16th. Find it. I want to go back in time and punch myself in the face. Finally, you can have legal sex. Not that it really matters anyway. Are you still a bum? I hope you're friends with this person, that person, the other person, the other person, the other person, the other person, and the other person. They are really nice people, and I think I'll kill you if you ever let them go. Spoiler alert, most of them were horrible people, and I don't talk to any of them anymore, and I haven't talked to them in about 5 years. Right now, I like Harry Potter, Kingdom Hearts, Death Note, David Bowie. It's hard to tell you what music I like because it constantly changes, but I do love Tokyo Hotel. Tokyo Hotel. Oh, this is a fucking wild ride, mate. Few things you should know about me. Favorite colour? Blue, green, and silver, like the fucking Slytherin I am. I have insomnia. No, you fucking don't. You just don't want to sleep at night. You love coffee. Your favourite food is sushi and sea salt ice cream. And, oh, you're in love with your best friend, who was a girl, by the way. I hope you still want to learn Chinese and want to become an architect or light and sound person when you're old. You're is in the wrong you're. Well, I never learned Chinese. I think I took 1 class in school as an extracurricular, and I never learned any other languages. I gave up on the architect dream very shortly after year 9. When I realised just how much math was involved. And I don't want to be a light and sound person, I want to be the person that's on the stage. Big up to fucking 13-year-old me. Keep writing and drawing. I know you'll get better someday if you haven't already. Not really much better at drawing. I'd say I'm considerably better at writing. One last thing I want to say. Life is good, you only get 1 shot at it, so don't fuck it up, you... And then there's a slur. Just ending this letter casually on a very offensive slur. Well, if that's not proof that a good 8/9 years can change a person, then don't know what is. I mean, it's pretty sound advice. Life is good, you only get 1 shot at it, so don't fuck it up. Solid. Oh boy, reflecting on 13-year-old me, I was so sure of everything I liked, so sure of what I wanted to do with my life. In a roundabout way, like I had a bunch of different career goals, but I was so sure that I would fall into some form of career, and I would go to university, and that would be my life. In reality, I didn't even touch a university with a 10-foot pole. Formal education did fuck all for me. Yeah, don't have a career, just do what I love. I'd really love to burn this, but I just know morally I cannot. Now on to me at 15 years old in 2011. Oh fucking hell. Oh god, it gets off to such a good start. So yeah, to me, on my 16th or whatever, BRB changing to pen. That was written in pencil. Oh my god, you can feel the angsty teenage vibes just bleeding off of this piece of paper. Well, I thought it was about time for an update on your life. I fucking hate my handwriting. It's only like this because you tried writing like the girl you have a crush on, and now you're stuck with this, again, a slur, with this weird hybrid or whatever. I really need to stop using that word. God, that's awful. You hate anime, kind of. You don't like your 2 friends, one of which being the girl that you had a crush on, and you don't cosplay. You can tell I went through a massive, like, anime cosplay time in my life when I was in love with this girl, and now at like 15 years old I fucking hate all of those things, and I think that it's so woke of me to be a moody teenager. You still love rainbows, Hello Kitty, Harry Potter, and a Harry Potter musical. Your favourite things right now are Glee, Darren Criss, Jesse and Andrew from The Social Network. Wow. Draco and Harry, Yowie, Tumblr, and Kurt and Blaine from Glee. The fact that I wrote Yowie Like, reflecting upon this, the fact that I wrote yaoi instead of I'm gay as fuck and I support the queer community. Oh, God. God. I just literally watched Never Let Me Go with my friend and we both cried. And The Social Network is amazing. I want to work in London with cinematography. I want to work in London with cinematography. No, I was just really obsessed with film and I'd only just learnt what the word cinematography meant, so I guess that was a career goal. Plus, I'm doing work experience at the flower shop. Your best friends right now are a list of people who are also no longer relevant. Tumblr is all you and your friend talk about, that and Andrew Garfield. You would have watched the new Spider-Man by now. I hope it was good. Wow, Spider-Man is old. Man, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is so old! And you would have watched the last Harry Potter film. Oh, I can't believe how long ago that was. Oh, I want to go back. I want to go back and I want to watch the last Harry Potter again for the first time. Did you read all the books like you planned? If not, GTFO and read them, bitch. I'm on Chamber of Secrets right now. Yeah, I never got past Chamber of Secrets, not gonna lie to you all. God, this is turning into a confession. I've never read all of the Harry Potter books. Actually, I think I read half of Prisoner of Azkaban. Yeah, English skill at the moment are 0% because ICBA. You're still in love with your best friend. Should say that this is a different best friend at this point. It fucking hurts since you fell out with them. Wow, I actually used a they pronoun. Get woke. Yeah, so this letter ends on kind of a very sour note and I'm a bit reluctant to read it out on camera just because it goes into some very... It's just 2 sentences but it kind of touches on this very dark point in my life. It's something I don't think I ever will talk about on camera, and if I do it will be with the consent of all the people involved. Just because it was a point in my life that I was involved in, it doesn't mean I have the right to tell that story. God, I did not think I would end that letter on that fucking note. Jesus Christ, past me. Get out your angsty teenage bubble. So, that was a journey. Oh my god, there's so much to reflect on. I mean, kudos to younger me at the age of like 13, thinking it was a good idea to send a 16-year-old me some letters. Kind of really cool because it is important and there's a lot that's written in those letters, even though they're like a tiny, tiny page long. There's so much in that that I probably would have forgotten about. Never would have recalled, never would have remembered. I do actually have an entire box that I kind of dubbed my memory box, and it's filled with loads of things, mostly just from secondary school. Just filled with like all the things that I used to like, all of the things that I didn't want to throw away, tickets and journals and like little magazine clippings of like things that I liked that I would cut out and then like collage onto my wall. If you guys want to see that, give this video a thumbs up and I will do another Reminiscing with Jake. As much as I can dismiss all my teenage phases now, I think it was important at the time to feel validated in how I felt and to feel like my life was important and the things that I liked were important, and a lot of those things have shaped me as a person. I talk about how much I love Harry Potter and those letters are literally written on Harry Potter stationery. It's such a formative part of my life. That and Darren Criss, as many of you probably know, is like so important to me, and I still adore The Social Network. It's definitely one of my top 10 films of all time. That 3-year-long crush that I had on one of my best friends in secondary school caused me so much angst. Oh, and even just thinking about it just makes my stomach drop. Oh, it's such a horrible feeling. Oh god, teenage angst. Oh. But I guess also it's surreal to look back on a time in my life when being trans was barely even a whisper in my brain. It was something that was years away from me discovering, and all of that pain that would flood into my life, all of that dysphoria, that discomfort, that coming to terms with myself again. It's such a huge thing when you come to terms with your identity, and to look back on a time when I was still so innocent and oblivious to all of that, but I still had these like huge problems in my life that I thought were so defining and were gonna last like into my adulthood. The fact that they were over like a snap of my fingers, and then realizing I was trans in my late teens and into adulthood, I think it just reinforces the fact that I have such a clearer idea of who I am. But also in that clarity, I know that there is so much about me that is likely to change over the next few years, so I don't sit here and I don't think like, oh, this is my life, like this is what I'm gonna be forever, this is what I'm gonna do forever, this is what I'm gonna like forever. It's nice just to understand that so many things in your life right now are going to change, and it's nice just to be given that peace of mind. Thanks 13 and 15-year-old me for bringing 21-year-old me some shit to think about, I guess. Don't forget to thumbs up if you want to see me dig through my memory box. I might have to make that like a 2 or 3 parter because there's a lot in there. Also leave a comment if you want to reflect on your teen years, what you liked and what you thought was so important back then. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it brought you some form of entertainment, and I will see you next week. Peace out, bitches.